morning, students. Today we are going to solve question number 10 and 11 of exercise 3.3. Question number 10 says, explain how this figure is a trapezium. Which of its two sides are parallel? We have to prove that this is a trapezium. We have to show that this is a trapezium. And you know that in trapezium, two pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Definitely it will be these two sides, because this will eventually meet somewhere if it is extended. Now, but we have to prove that. We don't say that NM is parallel to KL. That we have to prove. So how we will prove? In 7th standard, I have explained you one statement that when, let me write it so that you can understand. When a transversal cuts two lines, see properly, I have written two lines, not parallel lines, such that pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary then the lines have to be parallel. This was the statement I have already explained you when you were in 7th standard. Now see here. Here measure of angle M plus measure of angle L, both if I add them, it will give me 180 degree, right? So according to this statement, when a transversal, let me consider ML as a transversal, cuts two lines NM and KL, it cuts two lines such that the pair of interior angles on the same side, this is on the same side of the transversal, this is on the left hand side of the transversal, are supplementary. And if they are supplementary, if we add them and we get 180 degree, supplementary means 180 degree, then the two lines have to be parallel. That means NM and KL must be parallel. So we will write like this. Here measure of angle M plus angle L is equal to 180 degree. For here measure of angle M and L is equal to 180 degree. Also ML is a transversal for the lines NM and KL. Therefore NM is parallel to KL. Why? Because of this statement. ML is a transversal, transversal for lines NM and KL, and measure of angle M and L is equal to 180 degree. Therefore we can say that MN and KL are parallels. Therefore KLMN is a trapezium with MN parallel to KL. They have told us which are the two lines that are parallel. So these are the two lines parallel, and we have proved that trapezium it is a trapezium. Why? Because one pair of opposite sides is parallel, right? Hope you have understood this question. Let me first write question number 11, then I will explain to you. So I have written question number 11. Question number 11 says find measure of angle C. We have to find measure of angle C in figure 3.33. This is the figure which is given in the textbook. If AB is parallel to DC, this is parallel to AB. Now, as I have explained you in introductory lecture, that when a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the sum of the angles of the co-interior angles, or we can say co-interior angle, or the sum of the angles on the same side of the transversal is 180 degree. This is what I have given one statement in introductory lecture. So that is the statement we have to write here. We know that when a transversal intersects two parallel lines, here I am writing parallel lines. Previous question was two lines. When a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal we can write, we know that when a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the sum of the pair of the interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary. This is what the statement says, which I have given you in the introductory lecture. This is also the statement of class 7, which I have explained you in class 7. Here also I am explaining you. Here are the two transversal AB and DC, and transversal is BC. Sorry, AB is parallel to DC and transversal is BC. Therefore, one angle B and plus angle C will be 180 degree. So we will write here AB is parallel to DC. Line AB is parallel to DC and BC is transversal. Therefore, angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Reason we have to give co-interior angles, or we can say a pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Now angle B already they have given 120 degree. Angle C we have to find. So I have written 120 degree. Now angle C we will write as it is 120, which is in plus, it will go that side and become minus. So our final answer, measure of angle C, is equal to 60 degree. Here in both this question we have to remember these statements. Because of these statements only we are able to solve these two questions. And properties which I have discussed in introductory lectures are very much important for this type of question in future classes also. We will meet with question number 12 in new lecture. Hope you have understood this question. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.